Frankie Yale was a charismatic yet brutal figure in Brooklyn, a man who didn't just operate in the shadows, but controlled them. A trusted ally of Johnny Torio and Al Capone, Yale wasn't just another gangster, he was a fixer, the one you called when failure wasn't an option. When Big Jim Colosimo stood in the way of progress, Yale ensured he didn't last long. When Dean O'Banion's Irish gang threatened Chicago's power balance, Yale handled it personally. He wasn't just a killer, he was a craftsman of murder, understanding that loyalty in his world was sealed in blood. Born Francesco Ioele, Yale's birth date is disputed, with records suggesting January 22, 1893, March 15, 1894, or even April 13, 1893. His father, Domenico, immigrated to the U.S. in 1898, though census records suggest the family arrived in 1905. Domenico worked as a vendor at Wallabout Market, a place rife with crime and extortion. By 1910, Frankie, with no formal education, worked as a railroad guard while dabbling in criminal activities, quickly befriending Johnny Torio and forming a gang. In the early 20th century, New York's Five Points district was a hotbed of crime, rivaling Hell's Kitchen. The Five Points gang, founded by Paolo Vaccarelli, Paul Kelly, included future mafia legends like Johnny Torio, Lucky Luciano, Al Capone, and Frankie Yale. Meanwhile, Jewish mobsters like Arnold Rothstein rose to prominence, profiting from illegal activities and mentoring younger criminals. Frankie Yale's criminal career began in earnest in 1910 with a brawl at a Coney Island pool room. Over the years, he faced multiple arrests, but often avoided conviction. By 1915, he was establishing one of New York's earliest Italian criminal organizations, uniting Calabrian and Sicilian factions. In 1917, he opened the Harvard Inn in Coney Island, where Al Capone famously worked and earned his Scarface nickname after a violent altercation. Yale's rise continued during Prohibition, as he capitalized on bootlegging, using his connections to Canadian mobsters and ran his control of rum-running routes. He became a key figure in the Unione Siciliana, a powerful Italian-American organization. However, his ambitions brought him into conflict with Al Capone, who suspected Yale of hijacking his liquor shipments. The tension between Yale and Capone escalated, culminating in Yale's assassination on July 1, 1928. While driving his Lincoln coupe, Yale was ambushed by gunmen in a Buick. Despite his car's armor plating, the windows weren't bulletproof, and he was fatally shot. The murder was linked to Capone, with ballistic evidence suggesting the weapons used were also tied to the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Frankie Yale's death marked the end of an era, but his legacy as a ruthless yet sophisticated mobster endured, a testament to the brutal world of organized crime in early 20th century America.